I've been living in Finland for 3 years now, and right now I work at a tech startup as a product marketing manager. I first moved to Finland to do my master's studies, and then after that stayed on to work. I was in a fairly junior position, but I think in Finnish companies there isn't as much of a sense of hierarchy. So despite being a junior, I always felt like my voice was sort of cared about, respected. People didn't think of my opinion as any less valuable. It's really easy to balance free time and work here. I have my work time, and then after that, I'm basically free to do anything. Like all kinds of fun activities, often for free as well. The city is super vibrant. There's like lots of parks in the middle. You get to go island hopping, have picnics with your friends. There's just, you never run out of things to do. So someone who's thinking about moving to Finland, I'll just say why not? If you're young, it's the perfect time to be experiencing a different life overseas, meeting new people, making new memories. I've learned a lot from living in Finland. Maybe you will too.
This is Han. This is all of us. Born in the same hospitals as everyone else, Han opens Han's eyes for the first time. After being weighed and measured, Han is sent out into the world. As a child, Han is free to explore nature and wander the city safely. A long childhood continues through school, which Han attends with peers from all walks of life. And Han doesn't have to come from a wealthy or highly educated family to find opportunities to go further. Through changes, big and small, the ground has been laid for Han to go as far as Han wants. But being ambitious doesn't mean Han can't take time off to nurture family life. Han knows that a good balance in work and life leads to success in both. And every now and then, Han needs the time and space to just breathe. And although Han doesn't live in a perfect society, Han knows that things have been fixed before. You, me, him, her, Han. The inclusive Finnish pronoun that stands for equal opportunity.
The most important tag word that attracted me was happiest country in the world. I have to see this for myself in person. How is this possible for any country to be so happy?
The best thing about Finnish education is that universities trying to kind of combine the theoretical approach and the practical approach. So you kind of have this balance of theory and also practice. We're going to have a certain amount of time when we are just going to be working mostly. Our teachers even tried to stimulate us to find a job even during our studies, and I feel like that this is great because in my home country everyone is mostly focused on just theory, and people just end up graduating from the university without any practical knowledge, and it doesn't work in life like this.
So one of the main reasons why I chose to study in Finland was because of the affordability. I actually got 100% scholarship while coming to study here, and so that was one of the main attractions for me. I want to say there's a low hierarchy, but I think the best way to put it is there's no hierarchy at all, because it is so easy to walk up to your professor, have a chat with him, ask questions where you don't understand, and they are forever ready to help. Another reason I chose Finland was because of how big Finland is on equality, diversity, as well as sustainability. I think the country does a good job in empowering its women, as well as the men, obviously.
I feel like I have a lot of flexibility, and I have a feeling of my own identity, my own self, of what I'm building here as my own study profile. Then I feel like I will be more ready for the society out there, because nobody here is just out for degrees. We're out there for finding our place in the world where we can do a job, where we find people interested in our skill set. So if that skill set is the same basic rigid program that every other person who's doing the degree has, then I don't feel like I have a role here. I feel like I am playing a role here. So that's what attracted me to Finland, because I felt like I could make myself, build a person.
The quality of education in Finland is really good. You get to practice what you've learned theoretically. You get to practice it exactly as it is, with the most recent technologies as you will find outside. And then you have lots of assignments. I mean, it's really good when we have assignments. It might be tiring, but then you get to learn more when you discover some things yourself.
There's not really that pressure of grades, so you can focus more on where things are going right, where they are going wrong, on your process of learning, exactly, not just in the end of what you got. So you're not really memorizing stuff to do it in an exam and forget about it later. You're in a process that you're gonna remember. We also get to do a lot of collaborative work. I feel like there's kind of a paradox, because when you get to working life, people want you to know how to collaborate. But a lot of places where you study at don't actually encourage you to do that. You take your own exams, you do your own papers, your own essays, and here you get to do a project for a semester or for half of a semester with different people. So you actually train that and develop that skill before you get to a working place. Don't be afraid of experiencing new things. I know a lot of people say that oh, Finland is too cold, Finland is too dark, it's too different, it's too far away in some cases, but it's a really, really unique experience that you probably wouldn't get anywhere else. And these experiences are what you're gonna take with you for the rest of your life, and you're never gonna forget.
The most important tag word that attracted me was happiest country in the world. I have to see this for myself in person. How is this possible for any country to be so happy?
The best thing about Finnish education is that universities trying to kind of combine the theoretical approach and the practical approach. So you kind of have this balance of theory and also practice. We're going to have a certain amount of time when we are just going to be working mostly. Our teachers even tried to stimulate us to find a job even during our studies, and I feel like that this is great because in my home country, everyone is mostly focused on just theory, and people just end up graduating from the university without any practical knowledge, and it doesn't work in life like this.
So one of the main reasons why I chose to study in Finland was because of the affordability. I actually got 100% scholarship while coming to study here, and so that was one of the main attractions for me. I want to say there's a low hierarchy, but I think the best way to put it is there's no hierarchy at all, because it is so easy to walk up to your professor, have a chat with him, ask questions where you don't understand, and they are forever ready to help. Another reason I chose Finland was because of how big Finland is on equality, diversity, as well as sustainability. I think the country does a good job in empowering its women, as well as the men, obviously.
I feel like I have a lot of flexibility, and I have a feeling of my own identity, my own self, of what I'm building here as my own study profile. Then I feel like I will be more ready for the society out there, because nobody here is just out for degrees. We're out there for finding our place in the world where we can do a job, where we find people interested in our skill set. So if that skill set is the same basic rigid program that every other person who's doing the degree has, then I don't feel like I have a role here. I feel like I am playing a role here. So that's what attracted me to Finland, because I felt like I could make myself, build a person.
The quality of education in Finland is really good. You get to practice what you've learned theoretically. You get to practice it as exactly as it is, with the most recent technologies as you will find outside. And then you have lots of assignments. I mean, it's really good when we have assignments. It might be tiring, but then you get to learn more when you discover some things yourself.
There's not really that pressure of grades, so you can focus more on where things are going right, where they are going wrong, on your process of learning, exactly, not just in the end of what you got. So you're not really memorizing stuff to do it in an exam and forget about it later. You're in a process that you're gonna remember. We also get to do a lot of collaborative work. I feel like there's kind of a paradox, because when you get to working life, people want you to know how to collaborate. But a lot of places where you study at don't actually encourage you to do that. You take your own exams, you do your own papers, your own essays, and here you get to do a project for a semester or for half of a semester with different people. So you actually train that and develop that skill before you get to a working place. Don't be afraid of experiencing new things. I know a lot of people say that oh, Finland is too cold, Finland is too dark, it's too different, it's too far away in some cases, but it's a really, really unique experience that you probably wouldn't get anywhere else. And these experiences are what you're gonna take with you for the rest of your life, and you're never gonna forget.
Are you gonna be cutting? You'll do jump cuts and stuff.
As you might already know, Finland often ranks among the leaders in various international comparisons. We're even nominated as the happiest country in the world, which surprised everyone, including us. And that's more or less how it is in real life too. We actually have things pretty well up here, which is why we're considered as the best country in the world for expats. One of the things we're most proud of is equality. That gives all of us premises to make most of our careers.
To be honest with you, Being a female and an expat here in Finland, I've never really thought about my gender, my nationality, or my cultural background when I've applied to jobs or have gotten jobs in the tech industry.
Employer-friendly working hours leave plenty of time for family, friends and hobbies, something we Finns value a lot. Having the work-life in balance is also the best way to get new ideas. Accompanied with the famously low hierarchy at workplaces, which encourages people to express themselves and bring their own ideas forward, it's hardly a surprise that Finland is ranked as one of the top countries in the world when it comes to innovation.
It's not about the innovation itself, but it's more about the conditions are there to make sure that innovation happens.
Finland is a frontrunner in ICT and digitalization. Technologies and know-how are enabled by active collaboration between companies, universities and research institutions. Combined with a famously vibrant startup scene, we've become the parents for various global mass, IoT and AI solutions. Gaming, software development and cybersecurity are also fields that thrive in Finland, attracting talent around the globe.
I think society in Finland is both pro-technology and pro-innovation. There's been a lot of innovative technological advancements that have started here, from moving people all around to connecting people. So definitely it should lure tech enthusiasts to this region.
As we Finns really appreciate our nature, it has been clear that we should also strive towards a more sustainable world. We're already a leading country combating climate change, and our aim is to become carbon neutral by 2035. This creates opportunities in biotech, clean tech, circular economy, energy sector, and in smarter, more sustainable manufacturing in general.
If you have something to offer, if there's something that you're passionate about, the career opportunities are there.
We're smart, sustainable and safe. A technology superpower that's always looking for aspiring superheroes to join us.
People are increasingly interested in a sustainable way of living. We need safe and renewable solutions to keep our precious planet going. And we need creative ways to use and recycle materials so that nothing goes to waste. Finland is a bioeconomy superpower with rich natural resources and a world-class innovation environment. We are the #1 forested country in Europe, with over 75% of our land area covered with forests. Our long tradition in the forest industry has made us global experts with unique skills in research, innovation and development. The potential of bio-based products is enormous. By redefining wood to replace plastic and to create sustainable fibres, the turnover of the forest industry can be doubled. In Finland, bio-based products are already in everyday use.
It's possible to organize your travel either by car or by air so that it is running on advanced biofuels. It's also possible to utilize packaging solutions that are fiber-based, and you can even think that you can eat nutrition and enjoy health products that are made out of biomass.
One of the pioneering Finnish companies in bio-based products is Paptic. They seek to replace plastic packaging with biodegradable materials made out of high-quality wood fibre.
Today, global oceans are full of plastic waste. We want to provide the first real solution to single-use plastics by replacing them with wood-based materials.
So, why Finland? Finland is a leading country in creating sustainable bio-based solutions for today's world. We have the best experts.
thousands of people who are online watching this stream. So my name is Jukka Holappa from Business Finland, and I'm so happy to be your host here today. And as mentioned, this event is also streamed online to thousands and thousands of viewers all over the world. I'm actually very happy to have a co-host, but I cannot see my co-host. I heard that Mr. Santa Claus is here. Can you see him? Can you see him coming down? I can only see the spotlight. Oh, there he is. You have to excuse him, Santa is a bit old. Come on stage, Santa. How are you doing? Is Mumbai hot enough for you, sir?
Yes. Oh, yes, it's very hot.
And how is India treating you?
Oh, very well, thank you. Okay, now we do it again. Hello, Mumbai.
Amazing.
Yes.
We have a very big audience here this evening, so I'm kind of wondering that has our audience, have they been nice? Are they going to get some presents?
Of course.
Santa also, I have been very, very nice for many years, especially Ambassador knows, she's clapping here on the front row. Do you think that I could get the quantum computer that I have been wanting for many, many years? Can you make it happen? So you have like about 8 days. How many days do you have?
Oh, in Korvatunturi we have this kind of machine. And my ET elf, it's very good.
ET elf?
Yeah.
Amazing. So I'm getting a quantum computer. Anything, Santa, that you would like to tell to this crowd? So we have about 1,000 students here from IIT Bombay. We have thousands of well-behaving kids all over the world in the audience online.
It's so nice to be here. And as you know, Christmas is almost in here. So remember, be nice. And remember, the message of the Christmas, sharing, caring, and loving. Merry Christmas to all of you.
Merry Christmas. Thank you, Santa, so much. And I believe that you are sitting in the booth there.
Yes.
Taking the notes of the last Christmas present wishes.
Yeah. Right. And then you can come there and take the pictures.
Okay, amazing. Thank you so much, Santa. Round of applause for Santa. So we have an interesting session ahead of us today, but our message is very, very simple to you all. We need you. We want you. Finland is open for talent, students, professionals, startup entrepreneurs, investors, especially if you want to make the world a better place, and especially if you want to be happy and have fun. In today's event, we will talk about hardcore technology, 5G, 6G, quantum computing, etc. But we will also talk about skills, soft skills, the skills what are needed today and tomorrow in working life. And after the presentations, you all have a unique opportunity to interact with our experts. We have some experts here, and online as well. So online we have all main Finnish universities and research organizations, as well as Study in Finland and Work in Finland teams right after this session. And here in Techfest, please visit our Finland booth during this weekend. To get us started, we will start with greetings from Finnish government. We have been extremely blessed having our Minister for Employment, Ms. Tuula Haatainen, with us in India the whole week. 3 days in Delhi, and this morning we flew here to Mumbai. Week has been full of fruitful discussions how talent could flow between our two countries, between Finland and India. So Minister Haatainen, we are very keen on hearing your thoughts and guidance. Stage is yours. Can you get the mic on?
Dear Techfest participants here in Mumbai in India, it's so nice to be here with you. Dear former President of Finland, Ms. Tarja Halonen, she is also with us here. Dear students, dear experts online, dear friends of Finland, it is really my great pleasure to bring my warm greetings from the Government of Finland and the Ministry of Economic Affairs and Employment to this vibrant and exciting event. I had the opportunity to visit India 20 years ago. Probably you were then small children I met here in the streets of Mumbai. I saw many school children. I visited Mumbai, Chennai and New Delhi, and I can say that I fell in love with India. So I'm so happy to be back in India again and to witness the incredible energy and potential that the Indian people have. And also it can be seen in this event, produced entirely by you students. Finland values India as a close partner in solving the global challenges of today's world that we are facing. We also count on India's support in promoting human rights, democracy, and rules-based international order during these difficult times for the international community. As said, today we are part of the Techfest in Mumbai, but this is also the final episode of Future is Made in Finland event series. This year, the theme of the series has been Recipe for Success. What is success? What does it really mean to you? With events in Finland, in Singapore, and finally here in incredible India, we have explored the ingredients of success and the ingredients of happy and fulfilling life. I claim that you can find many of these things in Finland, no matter what success means to you. I'm sure that you already know that Finns are the happiest nation in the world. In the world's safest and greenest country, enjoying great work-life balance and high quality of education for all. In Finland, our society is one of the leading countries in various fields because we use our potential, all potential, women and men. Also men use in Finland the parental leave and stay at home. Today we look into what are the opportunities for study, work and cooperate in Finland in some of the most interesting areas of technology, namely in deep technology. Dear audience, despite the fact that Finland is a small northern nation, we have become a leading country in a couple of crucial future technologies. Mobile technologies and telecommunication, of course, have been the stronghold of Finnish expertise already quite some time. But Finland is also among the global leaders in areas such as artificial intelligence, photonics, biomedicine, and quantum technology. Today, we will hear exciting facts about Finnish expertise in quantum technology. It is an area of emerging opportunities for bright minds from all around the world. In the big picture, the strength of Finland lies in our ecosystemic thinking. This means that we bring elements of success, such as high-quality education, innovative companies and organizations, and well-functioning and reliable society to incubate ingredients and solutions together. Even in difficult times, we have to take care of the future growth. I'm quite sure that we can all agree that the future growth will strongly lay on green and digital transformation. This is definitely one of the building blocks in our Finnish-Indian cooperation. Anticipatory and long-term research, development and innovation funding is the single most important factor for improving Finland's future growth and well-being. To foster this, Finland's goal is to increase research and development spending to 4% of gross domestic product by 2030. The government's R&D funding in 2023 will be around 2.3 billion euros. In all levels of our education system, we aim to equip young people with skills to solve problems and challenges and to think outside of the box. The focus of our universities is not only ranking lists, but rather creating skills that prepare the students for thinking beyond the regular. Innovative thinking and the success of students benefit everyone, the individual, society, and businesses. In Finland, in our working life, the employees value people that are self-driven, motivated, because they believe that this is how their own success is built. In Finland, we believe that good work-life balance brings out the best potential in people. What we can offer are employer-friendly working hours and the world's best skills development at work, among many other things. In society, we value entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial mindsets and have also become a leading country in the global startup scene. It is true that many things can be solved with technology these days, and good careers and successes are forged in the tech sector. But for us in Finland, success is not only material things. It is also about well-being, equality, clean environment, and sustainability. India already is one of the most important countries of origin for immigration to Finland, and the third largest number of residence permit applications this year. Now, let me tell you about Finnish government's Talent Boost program. This umbrella gathers our determined steps to increase the mobility of talent towards Finland. The Finnish government has significantly increased policy efforts to make Finland internationally more competitive. We strive to be an attractive place to learn, to work, to run businesses, and to live normal life. Our aim is to double the current volume of work-based immigration and to make 3 times bigger the number of new foreign degree students by 2030. We have built a roadmap of education and work-based immigration, which lays down the measures to provide talents and their families a successful migration experience, as well as good, safe and well-functioning everyday life as equal active members of the Finnish society. First, we want to make the residence permit procedure as smooth as possible. The goal is to reach an average processing time of 1 month for all residence permit applications based on work or studies, and 2 weeks processing time for specialists, growth entrepreneurs, and their family members. But as we all know, life is more than studies and work. For me, as a Minister of Employment and a former Minister of Education, for me it is important that the whole family feels at home in Finland, and also the spouses can make use of the professional skills and children can participate in high quality daycare and education. We have also just changed our family leave legislation to help balancing work and family life, encouraging both parents to take family leave. The government of Finland is strongly supporting the mobility of international students to study and work in Finland. We want to enhance career placement of Indian students in the Finnish innovation ecosystems. We have recently made reforms so that it is easier to get your student's permit and stay after the graduation to look for work. Dear talents, I believe that there is a lot of unleashed potential among the young people all around the world, and Finland is a good place to explore opportunities for studying, working, innovating and establishing businesses. In Finland, we believe that future is made and problems are solved by capable people. I welcome you to come to build your future with us and contribute to creating a better world for all of us. No matter what your recipe for success looks like, we believe you will find the ingredients in Finland. Finland has been selected the happiest country in the world, already 5th time in a row. There are about 15,000 Indian people in Finland, and I am sure that we are even happier with the Indian people. So, thank you and warmly welcome to Finland. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Minister. I think India is a very dynamic country, so you have to, there's a surprise. There's a surprise, as always, in India. Everything changes all the time. I think that the students want to give you something, Minister. Do you want to say something as well?
I would just like to thank ma'am for coming for this event and making this stage a great honor for us.
No, it's okay. Thank you, Minister. Okay, shifting gears to start our first discussion, which is about technology, especially about 5G and 6G, and of course, why Finland in these technology domains. And I'm very happy to have two very cool and also very hot persons over here with me. I have Prasant Malkani, who is heading Nokia's large accounts here in India, and in India the accounts are large. So Prasant, please come to the stage. And then I have Rajesh Chandramani, who is heading these small sectors like communication, media, and entertainment in many markets globally for Tech Mahindra. So, Rajesh, welcome. Can we get some mics? You can sit closer to each other if you want. I have learned that Nokia and Tech Mahindra are collaborating a lot, so. Okay, let's start with you, Rajesh. So, it's working, yes. Could you briefly introduce Tech Mahindra and explain to us that what is Tech Mahindra's role as a system integrator in 5G?
Sure. So first of all, thanks for inviting me on this stage. And welcome to all of you. Thanks, Minister, for a great introduction speech on Finland. Tech Mahindra, I just want to see how many people know Tech Mahindra. Can you raise your hands? Yeah, I'm coming to IIT Bombay, so everyone should know it. Okay, good. So Tech Mahindra is India's 5th largest IT company. We are the top 10 when it comes to providing technology. The origination of the company was a joint venture with British Telecom. So we are very deep in telecom, and that's why we are very close to 5G. We work across all the industries. Telecom represents almost about 45% of our business. So we work with the top 200 telcos, the AT&T, British Telecom, Vodafone, Jio in context of India, Airtel. Now, those are the companies we work with in building up technology, software, the billing OSS systems. And we also work across other verticals in banking, manufacturing. Finland in particular, we work across multiple industries. So we work with device manufacturing companies, which is an offshoot of Nokia, HMD. We work with Nokia. We work with one of the largest retailer there, Stockmann. We work with Alstom, so a few in manufacturing. So as a company, we deliver a lot of software technology across verticals. The size of Tech Mahindra is about 6.5 billion. We have about 165,000 employees serving clients across the globe. And when it comes to 5G, I think because we are close to the telecom, we realized the power of 5G much early. So we started investing in 5G labs. We started investing in creating 5G solutions. And today, as we speak, I have a go-to-market alliance with more than 10 global telcos for digitizing customers, digitizing countries, and digitizing nations with 5G technology. So we are working with OEM partners like Nokia, Ericsson, Huawei, and others. We are working with cloud providers for virtualizing the network with AWS, Google, Azure. And we are also working with some of the software companies for delivering 5G technology to the world.
Thank you so much, Rajesh.
My pleasure.
Over to Prasant. So Nokia is a very famous and well-known brand in India. But could you briefly introduce what Nokia is doing at the moment and what especially Nokia is doing in India? Because I have learned that out of all the countries globally, Nokia has the most employees in India.
Thank you, Yoka. Good afternoon, everyone. Firstly, many thanks for inviting and involving Nokia in this event. Nokia is an organization which is based out of Finland, and we have our headquarters there. Now, coming to your question, we've been an organization which is more than 150 years old, and we have shifted gears of movement of different industries. We started with paper, then we had tires business, big business came into telecom in the mobile phones in the late 90s. And now Nokia is the largest telecom infrastructure provider to the world. We have been part of a global revolution as far as mobility and the mobile technology is concerned. And there has been organic growth as well, whereas Nokia has also now acquired big companies like Siemens Telecom, Motorola, part of Panasonic, telecom business, and also Alcatel and Lucent. So overall, all these technology companies which became a part of Nokia in the last decade and a half, have actually strengthened Nokia from a technology partnership base, which is now growing. The iconic Bell Labs, which we know as, which is the heart of the invention, I think we are part of the Nokia system as well. From Nokia in India's perspective, yes, we are a company of around 90,000 employees, of which close to 13 to 14,000 employees are based in India, which is like 15 to 18% of the workforce globally is now based in India. Let me give you a brief perspective of what part of business in India we manage for Nokia globally. We have our R&D center in Bangalore, where we have, a house to 7,500 technology enthusiasts who, develop and research on our business here in Bangalore. We have a factory in Chennai, which is again, used to manufacture telecom gear. It is 4G, 5G equipment, and 50% of that equipment, more or less, is exported outside India and deployed elsewhere beyond India. And lastly, we have our global delivery centers in Noida and Chennai, which again has, I think, 2,500 odd employees, which take care of networks across the globe and, are serving 26 countries from India. So you've got a lot of presence in India, a lot of employment, a lot of enrichment coming from India, which is actually helping us grow from a global perspective.
And if I understood right, there are a lot of opportunities for students in Nokia globally and in very different job roles as well. Okay, Rajesh, I have seen you in airport taking Finnair to Helsinki. So you have been somewhat frequent visitor to Helsinki as well, to Finland as well. So what do you consider is hot or cool in Finland? Within technology domains, what are the technology domains that Tech Mahindra is interested in Finland, or overall within the Finnish ecosystem?
So, first of all, I love Finland and Helsinki as a city. It's one of my best cities. People are very, very good. They're very warm people in a cold country. And, good food. And when it comes to technology, I think, Nokia is just an example, but it is the technology capital of the world. In fact, in 2017, Mahindra & Mahindra at a group level chose our Blue Chip conference to be in Helsinki. And we ran a competition of Dragon's Den, and we invited some of the tech companies. And we were surprised to look at how many startups, how many tech companies participated with so we all think Israel is the startup capital, but Finland is equal or better, because the kind of innovation, and the quality of innovation which is coming out of Helsinki and in Finland around gaming, virtual reality, and now also quantum computing. I think Minister talked about quantum, and these are the big technology trends which Finland has caught on to, and we really look up to Finland as a country to innovate, continue to innovate and research in these technologies.
Wonderful. Now you both have 1 minute to sell your company. There's a war on talent. The reason why we are here is to find good talent to Finland. But explain to these amazing talents here in this room or in our audience, why Tech Mahindra and why Nokia? Let's start from you, Prasad. Why Nokia? Why should these students here explore opportunities in Nokia? And of course, why Finland, if you can say that as well.
So let me answer this in two parts. One is why Nokia. So from Nokia's perspective, I can say, I have been 17 years with this organization. And the most important reason is it's one of the most ethical companies you can find in the world. Ethisphere, which is an agency which actually evaluates ethics in every organization. Nokia, for 5th consecutive year, has been awarded one of the most ethical companies to work for. Second, as I said, in my briefing earlier, the technology innovation. We have Bell Labs, we are developing technology across the globe. Even in Bangalore, we are already working to the next generation 6G networks grooming now, and that cultivation has already begun. So if you want to be a part of the futuristic technology development organization, which is going to be a reality, and we've seen how things transform from 3G to 4G and very soon to 5G, very sooner than we expect 6G would be reality as well. Lastly, we have more on our presence in more or less every country across the globe, whether you have the Americas, Latin and North, from Europe to Middle East, and then India to China and Australia. So the global expertise which comes into the organization and the learning you get is phenomenal. The second part of the question, which I would answer, is from a Finland perspective. Rajesh very well articulated, and our Honorable Minister also mentioned very simple ways that the way Finland is focusing on technology. We were surprised to know that on an index where you actually are taking care of digital transformation and awareness, Finland in Europe is ranked #1 today. Also, 96% of Finnish population is connected through broadband, which is, I think, the number which is highest in the world. Now, when you're working for a Finnish organization and you have a setup which gives you that kind of an importance in technology aspect, it acts as a catalyst for your own growth. It also is very important from an individual perspective to be comfortable to work in an organization which accepts you as yourself. Our earlier group global CEO was an Indian, Mr. Suri, so there is absolutely no problem in growing to whatever extent you can as far as you are performing. So, I can go on with maybe many more reasons, but these were the key 3 or 4 points where I would prefer and suggest and recommend that, this is an organization which can be worked for. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you, Professor. Rajesh.
Yeah, I think we are sitting in this technology capital of the city, IIT Mumbai, right? And technology is what Techem does, and does it good to a level where Forbes has nominated one of the top digital companies for Tech Mahindra. And we are the only Indian company, service provider company, in the top 10 when it comes to the most digital company. I personally think that, the one disruption which is coming to everyone is digitization. Yeah. And all the technologies where Finland is focused on when it comes to artificial intelligence, which is robotics, when it comes to augmented reality, will absolutely change the way things will be consumed by consumers and by enterprises. When you look at quantum, this is absolutely going to change and put us into the next leap of our experiences. Tech Mahindra as an organization has been investing on those digital technologies. In last 2 years while COVID was going on, we integrated 18 digital companies, what we call as the new core, which is around cloud, data, cyber security, artificial intelligence. And I think these are the technologies where engineers coming out of IIT would want to work. I think Techem offers that career, that global exposure in these technologies. And I think, we are a company which is at the right place at the right time. And this institute have engineers which are at the right place at the right time. So it's a good combination of engineers working with Techem and making it a success.
Thank you so much, Rajesh. Amazing. As we all know, this event has been organized by you students, and we got... Sorry? Okay. Anyway, this has been organized by students, so wonderful job, but we got one very clear instructions from the students, that we need to keep these sessions very short because it's Friday night and you want to party. So that's the reason that I'm keeping this session relatively short, and thanking you, Rajesh, Prashant, and handing over to my partner in crime, Dr. Mika Tirronen, who will be moderating the next session. Thank you so much for it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jukka. It's a great honor to be here and to meet so many students over there. Do you know what? I think I have the most amazing job. Do you know what I'm doing? I'm the leading fruit fly expert in the Embassy of Finland. Can you believe it? Leading fruit fly expert. This is how I take it, because I studied fruit fly genetics to end up to this position. So because we have this very civilized audience here, may I ask that, do we have any fruit fly geneticists here? I'm not sure if I can see, but if yes, so please come to talk to me after this session. But I'm very happy to have two really highly appreciated experts as my guests here. My motto in life has been to hang around with people that are smarter than I am, because then I can learn. And I will use this opportunity to learn something. So gentlemen, please have a seat. So what we have here is Sasu Tarkoma, who is the Dean of Faculty of Science in the University of Helsinki, a computer scientist by himself. And then we have Mr. Juha Vartiainen.
Thank you. Great to be here.
And then we have Mr. Juha Vartiainen, who is Chief Operating Officer and co-founder of IQM, one of the very few quantum computer companies in the world.
Thank you, Mika.
Okay, Sasu and Juha, I already started this by revealing my motto in life. So I would like to ask you, what motivates you? What is your motto? What makes you wake up every day and start working? So, Sasu, please.
Okay, thank you. So really great question. And my motto is collaboration and teamwork. So those are really the keys to success, and those inspire me. And you know, it's really about working together. That's how we solve the big problems in the world. So that's the way to go.
So very wise motto. How about you, Juha?
Okay, what motivates me is when I opened, like this morning, my eyes and I saw the Indian Ocean and felt the warmth here. So being in Bombay, it's a great thing. So in Finland we have a 0.5 meter of snow and it's -10, and I really appreciate being here today. And what comes to my motto is that I want to make people to feel better. So I think life will be better when you have a quantum computer.
Very nice. I think we have to give hands to them. Okay, you already mentioned, and we had some words about deep tech here already, like quantum technology. Sasu also is an expert in AI. So I would like to learn from these gentlemen that now we are facing a new era, I think. So there's going to be something big change, big happening in science and technology in some years, thanks to AI and quantum tech. So I would like to ask Sasu first, how you see the future? What things will become possible that are not possible now because of these new technologies?
Thank you. So basically, AI is about simulating human intelligence by machines. And as such, it holds quite a lot of promise for helping us in our everyday life and with industries. And that's, of course, part of the current trend. So we'll see a lot of advancement in AI techniques. And those are part of this bigger trend of automation. So we are automating everything, basically, and AI plays a crucial role there. And now, when we think about quantum computing, so quantum computing can then enable AI and, of course, these various computational activities that we have go to the next level. So we can solve even more difficult problems. We can address the computing and memory limitations of current hardware, and so on. So there is a lot of promise in that we can actually solve problems that we cannot solve today. So really very, very difficult problems involving lots of data, lots of computing, and then as outcome we have much better ways of addressing the big challenges like climate change, how to engineer well-working cities, how to find new drugs, and so on. So there is a lot of promise here.
Right, yes. How about you, Juha? How you see this change?
So I see that quantum computing is not just another improvement into computers, but it's a completely step into new era of different technology. So a quantum computer can potentially solve a very complicated problem in one step instead of very long processing. Of course, very special problem needs to be what it can do. And then what is even more important, it consumes, in principle, no power for that, ideally. So it can help a lot in breaking the equation of energy consumption in computation, which is very, very important nowadays. So if you want to fight climate change and like big data centers, they are consuming a major part of global energy and producing a lot of emissions.
Okay. Should we be worried about these technologies? Are they giving some challenges? What kind of challenges? How relaxed you are with these new developments?
Okay, so there are also some challenges pertaining to quantum computers. Of course, there is the security challenge in the way that a quantum computer can then break our security protocols. So that's, of course, a big risk, big challenge for us. On the other hand, we have a lot of development in quantum-proof security protocols, so that we have better protocols that are not that vulnerable to quantum computers. So it's part of the overall evolution of the technological landscape, and I don't think it would be a big, really big risk in terms of security. But of course, it's something that we need to take into account.
How about you? What would you say?
So my view is that no one shouldn't be worried about quantum computing. First of all, quantum computing is very powerful technology, but we have seen new technologies rising in history. So it's like a sharp knife, which can be used for the good or for the bad. It depends on who is using it, and that we can't limit by not allowing the technology. I think quantum technology should be widely available, and of course, works on ethical codes needs to be worked on that. But overall, let's say quantum computing doesn't come in one year, next year. It takes maybe 10 years before general purpose, error-corrected, wide-scale quantum computers are available, and we have plenty of time to adapt to those changes. Of course, it needs to be started now so that, let's say, maybe some security aspects don't become a surprise.
Okay, my final question here is that we clearly, Finland appears to be very strong in quantum technology, one of the leaders globally and in Europe. How can you explain this? How we came to that? Why Finland is so strong? So Sasu, what would you say?
Yes, so in Finland we have this very long tradition in working on quantum computing and theoretical physics, and in a way our education system also supports both the basic education, but then also going really into advanced topics, and we have this creative mindset that we look for the new ideas and quite quickly then start to work on those. So that's really the creative mindset that we have, and aiming for also real-life impact. And over the years, we have been accumulating knowledge and expertise, and now today we are at this stage in which we have very, very good leadership in quantum computing, good understanding there, and products developed by Finnish companies, and so on. So it's all part of the tradition and systematically working on these different areas, and also building on the synergies that we have in the environment.
So Juha, how you see it?
So what I want to add for this is that also nowadays Finland is also having very vibrant startup ecosystem. Like IQMV as a company, we are one of the fastest growing startup company in whole Europe, one of the best funded startup company in Europe. So we have a very good venture capital scene who is funding very promising, the best of the promising startup companies, and more we appreciate diversity, so we are able to get the best of the best from the whole world, the best talent to Finland, and we have plenty of success factors, like we heard from the minister's speech, which are supporting all that.
So thank you, gentlemen. So if anybody here in the audience is interested to learn more about quantum tech, AI, Finland offers a lot interesting courses in that area. Or if any of you is planning to buy a quantum computer, so you can turn to Juha. He will have something to offer. But let's give hands to these gentlemen, and thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, the next thing is we will see a short video, a student testimonial from Finland. So let's listen to that, and then we go on for the last session.
Hello from Helsinki, Finland. I'm Simona from Bangalore. Moikka. But originally, hello from Helsinki, Finland. I'm Simona from Bangalore, but originally from Mumbai, which is a city of dreams and Bollywood in India. I came to Finland with over 5 years of working experience and played basketball professionally at the national level, and have worked in the ICT, media, sports, entertainment, health and wellness sectors. I'm a second-year master's student studying business at LUT University, Lappeenranta. My specialization is international marketing and my minor is sustainable business. I'm working as a research assistant at the LUT School of Business and Management, and also a project worker at LUT University's international marketing team, and also a social media content producer at Study in Finland, and also volunteering at the LUT Entrepreneurship Society and the LTKYs, which is our student union's culture department. I am also a part of the Indian Business and Professionals Forum, IBPF, in the EU region. Why Finland? I've had to answer this question multiple times since I have decided to embark on this journey. My initial decision to come to LUT University was the curriculum of this EFMD accredited program and the reputation of our program's academic director. I wanted to learn about sustainability and ethical business practices, and LUT is pioneering in these aspects. In today's fast-paced world, I value learning and evolving every day. With my program's focus on strategic international digital marketing and analytics, I believe I will be a powerhouse and an asset to the future companies I will work with. I wanted to spend 2 years of my life really deep diving into this very field and building my niche among general marketers and MBA degree holders. At LUT, there are almost 90 nationalities and both engineering as well as business students on the same campus. The exposure and encouragement of the faculty at LUT are top-notch. The quality of education and focus on research is unparalleled to the best in the world. I've learned about sustainability and business ethics at a whole new level. The value creation and circular model framework, along with my piqued interest in coding, are largely supported by a community of trailblazers at LUT. I've had the opportunity to learn and work with some leading Finnish companies in Finland through our coursework. The professors at LUT are very well connected globally and always looking to innovate the curriculum. As a research assistant, I get to work with exceptionally professors in academia who mentor and guide me. I also have the opportunity to see the life of researchers in an academic career, and the possibility of doctoral studies looks very interesting. We have great funding, positive work culture, and opportunity to travel the world to research new possibilities. My fellow researchers are always bragging to me about the new countries they're traveling to for conferences to learn from other cultures. PhD would be an option for me now too. Curiosity to try new experiments and learn by trial and error is encouraged. Without curiosity, we cannot change the world, is the theme of life at the land of the curious. Bangalore city in India is my home. Famously called the Silicon Valley of India, Karnataka's capital city is a well-known IT hub, and some of the world's major IT corporations operate out of the city. The connections between Business Finland and the Embassy of India in Helsinki are very strong, and I have had great conversations with Jukka Holappa from Business Finland and Ambassador Ravish Kumar, and can positively say the future between Finland and India looks bright. My long-term goal is to build outreach programs between businesses in Finland and India so that Finnish innovation can tap into the consumer market in India, and Indian businesses can leverage Finnish technology, sustainability, and ethical approaches across industries. This is definitely the right place and the right time to be here. The hierarchy system is almost non-existent, and people are very eager to learn and adapt, and genuinely positive change is encouraged in all layers of society. I love nature, and the changing seasons I've experienced is phenomenal here. Initially, I struggled with the cold, but I must highlight this quote I learned here by Alfred Wainwright, who wrote, "There's no such thing as bad weather, only unsuitable clothing." I've learned to layer and enjoy a vanto, which is ice swimming. I can actually swim in this river here and the many beautiful lakes in Finland. And also, I love sauna, like the Finns call it. Finland has more saunas than cars, around 3.2 million saunas for 5.5 million people. The student culture is positive, and I was very easily able to network within Finland and connect with great minds. Entrepreneurship is encouraged, and a wide range of funding is available. There is also a special residence permit for entrepreneurs offered, and please check it out on the Business Finland website. In Finnish work culture, work-life balance is encouraged. And this is an excellent reason for me to stay here and contribute to a society that values hard work, trust, and honesty, which is intertwined into the fabric of Finnish society. Along with sustainability, my curiosity to learn sustainable business practices from the happiest country in the world, my biggest highlight is the safe environment maintained in Finland. There are a lot of activities, forums, and business networking events for the curious, as well as quite silent hiking trails for the introverted or extroverted individual with breathtaking views. There's a place for everyone, and I'm genuinely satisfied with making my decision to move to Finland. From seeking discomfort to embracing discomfort has been the motto of this journey that is still ongoing. I leave you with this quote from Zig Ziglar. Making a big life change is pretty scary. But you know what's even scarier? Regret. See you soon in Finland, or let's connect virtually to discuss new solutions. Thank you. Kiitos.
My name is Anna Korpi. I'm not a sort of a fruit fly researcher like Dr. Mika is, but I'm also a counselor for education and science at the Embassy of Finland in Singapore. I'm really delighted also to be here in Mumbai today. It's really a vibrant city, and especially it's really delightful to be here at Techfest today to see you students produce a fantastic event like you have today. So already congratulations on that. I'm really also honored to have the pleasure to facilitate this final dialogue in our session today. You have already met Professor Sasu, so maybe he doesn't need more introductions, but we are really honored to have Alamelu Subramanian, the Chief Technology Transformation Officers from Tech Mahindra, join us today. The topic of this last discussion is really that we have now been talking quite a lot about the hardcore of technology. But of course, when you young people here and online think about your future, your career, what does all this mean? What do you have to prepare for? So I would like to discuss this with our experts today and hear a little bit on your views on this. So, like I said, Professor Sasu you already met, but maybe we can have a very short introduction before we actually go into the topic. Please.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Alamelu Subramanian, and I lead the technology transformation for Tech Mahindra's communication, media, and entertainment business. First of all, I'd like to thank you for having me here. It's really an honor, especially to be with all of you IIT students here. My role really is to look at how's technology changing and how we as an organization are preparing for that, right? And it's a big change that we've undertaken. And the chief focus area for me is to ensure we're ready with the future skills that's needed really to survive in this industry.
Indeed. So you obviously work in Mahindra Group and Tech Mahindra, which is a huge company and very influential both here in India, but also globally. So when you recruit, for example, to your team, what do you look for? What qualities and skills do you look for in the people, young and old?
Sure. So, like I said, my focus really is to ensure we are future ready. And there are 6 big bet areas that we're really focusing on in terms of skills. The first one is, which we spoke about earlier as well, AI and automation. I think we've not even scratched the surface there, especially with AI. How do you train it to deal with the vagaries and automation? I think not just Tech Mahindra as a whole, and every industry really is focused on automation. The second one is, again, something we spoke about today, 5G. And all the underlying networking solutions, O-RAN, edge computing. And we are also looking at some R&D into 6G, right? So that's an area of focus. The third one is metaverse. It is emerging, and there's a number of use cases. Again, we have solutions in our labs, and we're looking at preparing ourselves for the solutions there. Fourth one is multi-cloud solutions. I know cloud has been around for a while, but cloud is here to stay. So how do you work with multi-cloud, the solutions around it, and very importantly, the security and the security algorithms needed to ensure the data on cloud remains safe. Fifth one, quantum, of course, and I'm really glad to meet some of you here today. I think the use cases for quantum is endless, and how it really ties up with our sustainability goals. I think it's critical. And the sixth one, which is something that I personally have added to the list, is low-code, no-code development. I think in the future, are we really going to have developers is doubtful. And with Chat, GPT, etc., you just get code automatically. So I think that is another area of focus. But while these are technology skills, you asked an important question about qualities. And I think what we look at is 2 very important qualities. The first one is curiosity, right? Because curiosity leads you to ask questions and you learn. And the second one, very important, is agility. The rate at which things are changing, I think your ability to adapt very quickly, I think that makes a huge difference. So yeah, that's about it.
Thank you, really, and thank you also for highlighting the theme of this session, which is indeed curiosity, because we believe that that's the key to solving these future challenges and opportunities. Now, at least in Singapore, where I am based, there's so much talk about nowadays about education being future ready. How can we prepare for a future that we really don't know about? How can we prepare for the technologies that we don't know are going to be there? Some of the big tech companies have R&D budgets that are bigger than some country R&D budgets. So, Professor Sasu, what is the role of, and what can the universities actually do? Like here in IIT, where we are today, or you represent one of the best universities in the world, University of Helsinki. What does the University of Helsinki do to stay somehow on top of this all?
Thank you. That's an excellent question. So I think it all starts from curiosity and then creativity, and then having those, reflected across all the levels of education and, of course, research as well. And of course, now returning to the university education, so we have what are called the fundamentals, or in a way the core topics and the core content, and that of course gives the basic theoretical knowledge for lifelong learning. So I see this so, and our philosophy has been that we kind of have the core, the fundamentals, and there is quite a lot of theory also involved, and that gives the baseline, and then we have the craft in a way, so the content, the knowledge that changes over time. And we have to have the right mix of these at the university, so that we educate for the long haul, but then we also give enough basic understanding and knowledge about the practicalities, so that our students, they excel in work life. But we have to have the core there, because that's for the long haul, so that the students, when they graduate, they actually can kind of in a way build on that, and then learn new things, and kind of keep on developing the skills. So that's really, really important. And also I would like to mention that we need to do this together with the companies, with the society. So the universities, they talk with companies, they talk with the society at large, and we have this kind of information flow, and that's really important. And the students, of course, play a crucial role there. So the students are exposed to the companies as summer workers and throughout their kind of student life, and also after that. So it's really important to get this information and have the dialogue in a way, so that we are kind of timely in the sense that we kind of especially for this craft, we kind of educate those aspects, those things that are really needed in the near future. And then we also have the long haul as well that we need to keep in mind. But it's really a very kind of collaborative effort. So also collaboration is now key here again.
Yeah, I think we could go on about this really for a long time, but since we have, like said, the students are waiting to get to their Friday activities, so we don't want to keep them from that. But just shortly, still from Professor, that we have heard quite a lot of pitches about why Finland is a good place to build your tech career, for example. Do you agree? And if so, then why?
Yes, I fully agree. And we already heard a bit that how Finland is really technology friendly, and this kind of technology is really built into our way of life in a way that, throughout the school, throughout the university, throughout our society, we kind of work on tech, we apply tech, we innovate, and that's, I think, really visible in our society. So that would be a kind of fundamental point. And of course, our educational system, our research environment is geared to this end in a way. And also the innovation system, like Slush and so on. So they all kind of contribute to this technology friendliness and adopting new ideas.
Thank you very much for that. Now, after all this kind of meta, kind of policy level talk even, I would like to end this discussion with a little bit more personal note. So I would like to hear from both of you maybe a little bit more about your career, your story, how you are sitting here on this couch here today. Maybe highlighting some of the critical points or milestones or even challenges that you have overcome. Maybe I'll start with Alamelo, you first.
Sure. So I think for me, it's always been technology. When I was in the university, and probably at that point, too many girls didn't take on technology as a career, but I was very excited and I enjoyed it. But I was, I think, very lucky to learn a very important lesson early on. I started as a developer, designer, and then started managing projects and so on. And I realized that by that time, whatever I had as core skills is woefully inadequate. What I learned 3 years ago is not what's hot. So I think the important lesson I learned was, for me to be successful, I will have to remain a constant student. And that's what I've tried to do. So every 2 years or so, I try and take on a new role, a new area, and I keep challenging myself to learn. Because that's, according to me, the ingredient to success in technology. There's so much change happening. You have to remain open, you have to remain humble, and keep learning.
Thank you very much. How about you, Professor?
Yes, so also I have this kind of a technology-driven approach in my career. I started as a very young child to program around age 8 or so. So very early on, I became, very familiar with programming, coding, working on early computer graphics, real-time graphics, and then early telecommunication solutions. And then at the university, I studied several different subjects, so theoretical physics and English philology, but then I ended up in computer science, and that is now my career. So it's been very, very exciting, and I've been very lucky to have been able to work on some very interesting projects already at a kind of very early stage. For example, when I was a student, I worked on the very first GPS-enabled mobile phone in the world. I contributed to the software solution there. And later at the university, as a starting PhD student, and already at the master's phase as well, I worked on what we believe is one of the world's first Linux-based smartphone designs in 2001. So I'm very proud of that. So it was 6 years before Android operating system. So it's really, I think, a very, very nice opportunity. And these are examples of the environment we have in Finland, that you get exposed to these unique opportunities. And I'm very grateful for this. And then, I became professor eventually. I continued on the academic career path. And then after becoming full professor, the administrative duties have been increasing. So first as head of department, and then now as dean. So I have now only very little time for research, but still that's very dear to me, so I try to do also research.
Thank you. Now, I would still like to ask Alamelu, you are a female leader in a very sort of male-dominated sector still. Have you ever encountered sort of biases because of this? And if so, have you overcome them? And then maybe just the next question on the same answer is that how can we encourage more women to the tech careers and tech fields?
Thank you. That's a good question. I honestly believe that this is one field where the opportunity is actually equal, right? There's no, you don't need extra strength or anything like that. But the numbers still speak for themselves. I think if you look at leadership levels, for example, I read an article, only 1 out of 5 leaders in technology are women. 70% of women leaders feel outnumbered completely in meetings and things like that. So that it is a reality. And I think there is some bias, but and I have come across a few, but typically I think the way I've dealt with it is, as I do everything else, I do my best and I let outcomes speak for themselves. And there will be challenges, there will be failures as well, and own up to them, learn from them, and you can do better. And I've been very lucky to have some good mentors, and I think that's made a difference. And that's how I try and make a difference as well. So young women and leaders that I come across, I don't believe in making special allowances for them, but I do try and mentor and coach the young leaders, the young women, because it's from someone who's been there, juggled a career and a family. So helping them resolve some of their challenges really helps, help some of these. Even if I can help 2 or 3 girls come up, I think that will make a big difference.
Thank you very much, and thank you for setting a good example.
And I'm very, very excited to see a lot of girls in the audience today, so I'm hoping they'll change the percentage soon.
Indeed. Now, to really close this session and come to the end, our audience here today and physically here in Mumbai and also online is really full of talents, for talents of today and also talents of future. So, as we are at the end of the event today and also at the end of the event series we've been running this fall, and like the minister said, the theme has been kind of seeking for the recipes of success. So I would like to give both of you the opportunity to kind of sum up this all, to give us your view on, from your point of view, on what are some of the ingredients of success of especially a future-proof career. Start with the professor.
Thank you. Excellent question. And from my side, so I would say that curiosity is really important. Creative mindset, that's also really important. And then the strive for real-life impact, so that we kind of really want to change the world, and that's possible to do. And then having also the supportive environment, and of course the community, and their collaboration is really key. So all these ingredients together, I think, are ingredients of success. And then, of course, from the university education point of view, so the right mix of theory and then practice. So that's also the necessary element here.
Yes, please.
I think I already spoke about curiosity and agility. I think those two are important qualities. And in addition, I would say being proactive, and there'll always be opportunities. I think you have to kind of put your hand up, right? You see opportunity, put your hand up, take chances. You may fail, but it's okay, right? Learn from it, move on. So yeah, I think putting yourself out there, taking chances, and doing your best. I think as long as you have the right attitude and are willing to put in the hard work, success is absolutely guaranteed.
Thank you very much for these wise words. So we have come to the end of this session, and I will hand the floor back to Dr. Jukka Holappa to wrap this up. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Sasu. Thank you, Anna. Amazing session. I see people are still awake, which is good. You can go and start partying soon. Thank you so much for joining our session today, here live in Mumbai and online all over the world. Special thanks, of course, to our speakers, to our panelists, Rajesh, Prasant, Sasu, Juha, Alamelu, our minister, of course, Mika, Anna, my co-hosts. And of course, thank you, students, for letting us into your house. Please give applause to yourselves, students. Thank you so much, students, for letting us in. So now we invite you to explore the opportunities Finland has through studying, working, investing, visiting, cooperating with us. Please go and learn and know the happiest and coolest country in the world. It really deserves to be explored. Now, for the ones who are joining online, we would like to still highlight the opportunity to connect with our universities and research organizations, us as well as Study in Finland and Work in Finland experts. The teams are online now. And for the guests here or our hosts, you students here in Mumbai, let's continue discussions here. and see you all in Finland. Thank you so much. Thank you.